guys, it's Kelsey
and Kendra,
and today we are filming a makeup for beginners video part 2. Well, not part 2, but number 2, because we have filmed this video before, but we're doing like an updated one, and we have mentioned some of these products before and some of them we have not mentioned. So we feel like this time we have like better products to mention to you guys and different reasons as to why we like these products and why they're good for beginners. So we have quite a few products to mention, so we're just going to go ahead and start out with face.
Okay, so starting with primers, because that is the first thing you always want to apply to your face before putting on a foundation or a powder, either one. You always want to use some kind of primer on your face. It's just really good to create a barrier between your skin and the foundation.
And a nice canvas for smooth makeup.
Yes, because you want a smooth canvas and it just looks airbrushed and, you know, nice.
So the two that we have here are the Maybelline Baby Skin and the No. 7 Beautifully Matte Makeup Base. So the baby skin is really good for like any skin type, in my opinion. Like, it's not just for oily skin, dry skin. It's good for anybody because it's like a silicone base and it just smooths like the canvas and it helps to erase pores. It doesn't like do it like a high-end product would, but it still does a really good job for the price. Exactly. We have used other drugstore primers and we both found that this one works the best, especially with oily skin too, because I have used other ones and I felt like my makeup was melting off my face. So this one is really good for all skin types. Now this Beautifully Matte is exactly what it says. It leaves your makeup beautifully matte. So I would not recommend this if you have dry skin.
Yes.
No.
And don't get this confused with this type of primer. This is a makeup base, so this is going to help just cancel out any oiliness that you have. So this is really ideal for applying to your T-zone, which is where we get the most oily, and it works like a dream. Like this stuff, I don't hear about it that often, but it's so good. And I just feel like this makes a huge difference in your makeup lasting all day and you being matte for longer. So this is really, really good. So if you have oily skin, you need this.
We've been using this for about 3 years.
Like two and a half.
2.5, almost 3 years. So we've been using this for a very long time. You can find this at Target. And we only, well, I don't know about you, but I only apply this to my T-zone area.
Yeah, I don't do this on my whole face. No. Just the T-zone area.
Exactly. And whatever other primer I'm using, I apply to like the outer portion and my cheeks. So that's how I use this.
Yes. And there's one trick to using this. When some people first get this, they're like, what is this? I hate this already. I don't understand. It's flaky. It don't look right. But you have to like kind of push it into your skin. It's not something that you want to keep rubbing like 10 times because it's going to create like a residue, and it's not meant for that. It's meant to absorb your oils, if that makes sense. So if you press it into your T-zone area, so when you first apply it, don't keep rubbing it, start to press it in. So I hope that makes sense. That's the best way that this works, and it works every time we use that technique. So that's just a little trick and tip for this.
Yes. Next, we both have two foundations to mention, and they are the same foundations. The first one is the Matte and Poreless Maybelline foundation for normal to oily skin. Some people with dry skin said they like this, but I would just recommend it for what they said, normal to oily skin. It's a really good drugstore foundation for us oily girls. It has excellent coverage, and it leaves your skin like really smooth because it's a poreless foundation too.
So it does like the two best things that an oily girl wants. It's like an oily person's dream. So it helps with your pores and your oil. So like, what more could you ask for in a foundation? And I said this is very comparable to the MAC Studio Fix or the Pro Longwear foundation because of the
Estee Lauder too.
Yes, the Estee Lauder, like
texture.
The texture, and it leaves like the same kind of matte finish that the Estee Lauder leaves, like once it dries. And this coverage is so amazing for a drugstore foundation. You only need like one layer. You don't need a second layer unless you want to just be extra that day and you want to wear your makeup for like 12 hours or something. But the coverage is amazing. Like, I was shocked at how well this worked because I didn't believe the hype at first, but it's real. And when we do say this is a dupe for a lot of other high-end foundations, it is drugstore, so it's not going to last as long as those foundations. You do get what you pay for. So those foundations can literally last up to all day. This will probably last me about a good 7 hours. Which is still a good amount of time.
Really good. But I noticed that if I'm wearing it longer than that, I do start to get a little oily.
But for most oily girls, we have to powder throughout the day anyway, at least like twice throughout the whole day. So it's not a huge deal that you have to like powder your T-zone area a little bit, but the rest of my face is still always flawless and on point.
Yeah.
So if you have oily skin, you need this.
And I'm wearing it today, so
yeah, me too.
Love it.
And also, if you guys have dry skin, don't be left out of the loop. This has a dewy version, so if you feel like you don't think this will work for you and cling to your dry patches, this does have it's called Smooth and Dewy or something like that. So it has like the pink accents instead of the blue or something like that. So I don't know about the coverage for that one, but I'm assuming it's the same coverage, but it's just a dewy finish. Yeah. So that will work if you have dry skin.
Okay, so the next foundation we're going to mention is the L'Oreal True Match. Now, we wanted to mention this one because we think this foundation is good for any skin type. Like, anybody can use this foundation, I'm telling y'all. I told y'all I think they changed the formula because I used to hate this foundation.
Ago, it was...
I hated it.
It was tragic.
Like, my oils would, like, seep through. I felt like my makeup was melting off of my face.
It would, like, move around a lot.
Yeah. But I felt like they changed the formula, and now it gives excellent coverage, and the lasting power is a lot better to me for us oily girls. So if you've been thinking about giving the L'Oreal True Match a try, whether you're oily, dry, normal, combination, whatever, you will definitely love this foundation. And also they have a great color selection.
Yes, the color selection goes on for days. And kudos to you, L'Oreal, for doing that for everybody. It's so helpful for girls who always have a hard time finding their foundation shade. Definitely. And everybody will find their color in this. And this is not a matte finish or a dewy finish. It's more like a satiny finish. Yeah. If that makes sense. So that's why Kelsey said it's good for all skin types. And the price is like amazing. I think it's a little bit cheaper than the Maybelline one. It's like $6. I think this one was like $8 or $9. So depending on where you go, Walgreens, Target, y'all know the deal. But this is so good, very universal, and you need this if you don't want to use the Maybelline one. This is really good too. Okay, so next for concealer is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Maybelline be doing their thing. I'm trying to tell y'all with these like face products. So we love this Fit Me concealer. It gives great coverage and it lasts a really long time under the eyes. Now I don't have like a lot of creasing, like fine lines. So me and Kendra don't experience a lot of creasing anyway. So we're lucky in that department. But I think if you did, this will still do pretty well underneath the eyes because it really does not budge, and the coverage, like I said, is really good. And the consistency is not super thick. So if you're someone who likes to just wear a quick, like everyday look and not be super glam and be, you know, this is really thin of a consistency, so you can barely feel it on your face. It's really like a watery kind of consistency. Like obviously has a doe foot applicator, but once you like put it on your under eyes, it's like really thin and it feels like really nice under the skin, so it's not really thick or cakey or anything like that. So it's a really nice consistency. I love the formula of this. And I am wearing it today as well. Me too. I'm pretty much wearing anything I'm talking about. I'm probably wearing. It's on our face. Yeah. Okay, so next, moving on to powders. The first one we're going to mention is a old school fave of ours. We've been using this powder for years. This is the Neatrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder. And we've been, how long have we been using this? In like high school. Since high school. So a long time. So it's been a minute. And we are in the color 1080. That's the only thing I don't like about this. They don't have color selection. A wide range of colors. I think this is the darkest color. It is. So this ain't even that dark. It's really not. No. So if you're darker than us, you probably won't find your color in this, but if you're our color and up, you would definitely find your color in this. But we just like this powder because it's lightweight, it doesn't feel cakey. Not at all. And it says it's a matte finish. It is a matte finish. It says skin clearing, but I don't think any makeup could clear your skin. You're putting on makeup, but whatever. But it is good if you have like an acne prone problem, because it doesn't break you out. Right. Yeah, good for sensitive skin. Yeah, good for sensitive skin. And we're not like into like mineral makeup, but this is a mineral powder. So this is the only mineral powder we've ever used that actually works. So we really love this. Price is going up on this. I remember when we first started using it, it was like $10. Now it's going up to like $12. $13. So they getting kind of up there with the price on this, but it's still a really good powder nonetheless, and it's definitely worth it. Okay, I have one more powder to mention for you guys, and this is another L'Oreal product. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. I love this powder just as much as the Neutrogena one, so if you cannot find your color in that, believe me, they have it. So like I said, with the foundations, they got a lot of colors to choose from, and this will be your go-to for a really good full coverage, or well, medium to full coverage powder to you know, finish off your makeup with. And it is good for any skin type, just like the foundation. So very universal, great for anybody.
And you can apply both of these powders like without foundation. You don't have to have on foundations to apply these powders, because sometimes like in high school when I was in a rush or something, I just used to do concealer and powder and then go out the door. So like you can definitely do that as well. It doesn't have to be just a set of foundation because these do have coverage to them.
And quickly before we get into eyeshadows, I wanted to mention 2 brow products for you guys, because I know it's really hard to find good drugstore brow products, and these have been working for me. Y'all know I have been using this NYX one for years. This is the NYX Eyebrow Pencil, and I'm in the color dark brown. This has been my ride or die for quite some time now, and I really love this. It's not as skinny as the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones, but it's skinny enough that it will work for you. This is only like $6, $6 or $7. It's like $7 at Ulta, $6 at Target. But this is so good. They have a good range of colors for anybody with any hair color pretty much. And if you're looking for a drugstore brow pencil, this is really good. And the other one, I know these are both pencils, but I'm a pencil kind of girl, so if you're not, I'm really sorry. But this is like the only 2 things that I'm comfortable using besides my dip brow, which is not a pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but we're talking about drugstore stuff here.
They are a little bit easier to work with than powder though.
Yes,
powder can be kind of tricky.
Yes, you have to like really be patient with the powder, and for beginners, this is a beginner's video. I would recommend the pencil for beginners. So this one is from Rimmel, and this is just called the Professional Eyebrow Pencil from Rimmel. And I got this on a whim when my NYX one was gone, and I was like, I guess I'll try this, and it was cheaper. So I just put it in my basket and didn't really think about it. But once I sat down to do my makeup, y'all, this is so good. The only thing is you have to sharpen it, and I like the packaging for the NYX one better because it's retractable. But other than that, this is a really good product, and I'm obsessed with it. I think this is the color dark brown too. Obviously, I use all dark brown shades for my brows, but this is really good, and I think it was like $3 or $4, like no joke. Rimmel has really good affordable prices. I'm really obsessed with this. So if you don't get your hands on the NYX one and it's hard to find, look for the Rimmel one because it's really good. So love this.
Okay, so moving on to eyeshadows. Y'all probably know we're not going to mention any drugstore shadows just because I'm super picky about my eyeshadows.
And it's really hard to find good ones.
It's some drugstore shadows that go on really nice, but they don't last throughout the day. It's long to me. And like all those quads and stuff, it's just like inconvenient in my opinion, because I remember having like 50,000 like Maybelline quads and all that kind of stuff and just not being able to find anything. I just like everything to be nice, compact, and there. Well, I would have liked at that time in our makeup lives, everything to be there and compact. You know what I mean? So Makeup Geek is the way to go.
It's where it's at.
Y'all, these shadows are absolutely amazing. They're around the same price as a drugstore eyeshadow, but the quality is like a high-end MAC eyeshadow or something like that. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with this, and you can pick whatever colors you want. So you basically get to create your own palette.
It's like you can customize it to your liking and whatever you like. They have cool tones, they have warm tones, shimmer, matte, pigments now, like pressed pigments. Like Makeup Geek is just where it's at, like for real. Obviously you guys see we have most of the neutral shades. We don't have any like bright colors yet.
I still want some more neutrals though.
But these like are so amazing. Like we said, if you guys don't want to get like 10 of them and go crazy,
they have a 9 one, like half of this.
Just get like the small palette that they have, and you can pick. You don't have to get this huge Z palette. You can get like the smaller one, which is more compact, and you can use it for every day. Like I said, for school or for work, and it's more practical. And if I have to tell y'all like a top 5 eyeshadows to get, you need Cocoa Bear. You need Beaches and Cream because it's a really good brow bone shade. Creme Brulee is really nice.
In the Spotlight is a good lid color.
In the Spotlight, that's one of the foiled eyeshadows, which is this one here. You probably can't really see it that well, but it's a really nice shimmery color, and it looks good on pretty much anybody's lid. And also
Vanilla Bean.
Vanilla Bean is good. See, we naming more than 5 eyeshadows.
Just go and look and
see what you like. But the neutral shades are like amazing. They're so universal. Like literally they look good on any skin tone, like no joke. And also I have to mention Grandstand, which is like my pride and joy.
Oh, it's a gorgeous color.
For the foiled eyeshadows, it's like a really nice bronze, like tan shade. It's not too bam in your face, but it looks
just like Topaz from Anastasia. Beverly Hills, like the same color.
It's like a really pretty sheen like on your lids. I can't really describe it, but it looks so good like on anybody, and you can wear it anywhere, to work, to school, and you still look so good and like, you know, not like you're trying too hard. So love Grandstand. So if you don't want to get all the foiled shadows, Grandstand and the Spotlight are really good.
Yeah. Okay, so next moving on to eyeliners and mascara. So first we're going to mention liquid liner, and the first one we're going to mention is the NYX liquid liner. I was so late on this bandwagon because
I was a little way later.
I was like like y'all, this liner is absolutely amazing. I had been on my e.l.f. kick for a while, my L'Oreal the felt tip one, but for some reason you can't really get a nice clean like wing with that one. It's too thick. This gives you the most beautiful wing. It's nice and like sharp, like nice, you know, sharp edge. So this liner is amazing. It's super pigmented. I was very surprised with this.
And it dries matte.
And it dries matte, which is great because I hate liner that dries, you know, shiny. You know,
it's not cute.
It looks a little cheap to me. The only thing I don't like is how long this applicator is.
It's a little long. Like, I don't really feel like it's necessary to have it that long. Like,
but I think they have it that long, so it's like a lot of, you get a lot of product. That's what I'm thinking.
That makes sense.
Yes.
But it's not the easiest to use if you're like really scared of liquid liner. But if you're a daredevil and like you just want to buy it because of the amazing quality and the price,
it's good,
and the great like brush tip, you need it in your life.
Yeah, just practice.
Yes, practice makes perfect. Because trust me, you will fall in love with this like I did. And I've only had this for like a week. Like I said, I was way later than Kelsey. And I have it on today, and at first obviously I'm gonna take a little longer to get ready like I did today because this is my first time using this, but I already love it so much, and it's really matte like Kelsey said, so you can't really go wrong.
Buy it on the whim, get in that mirror and practice because this liner is like gonna be your best friend. It's not just a good drugstore liner, it's like a good liner in general. Yeah, like better than like any high-end liquid liner. So NYX did their thing with this.
But if you find that one a little too hard to use and you just get frustrated, you know, some people might not want to use that. e.l.f., y'all know, has been riding with me for a long time now, and this one is a little bit easier to use. It's the same like brush tip, but it's a shorter like wand like applicator. So see how much shorter this is? So I find that you would probably feel like this is easier to use if you don't want to use that one because it's longer. This is only $1, so it's a little bit less than the NYX one, but they're both like really cheap, so you can't really go wrong. But like I said, if you just want an easier application, if you don't want to use the long applicator, use this one because it's really good. And y'all know I use this in like every tutorial, so it's a must-have. Okay, so I forgot to mention this eyeshadow primer before we talked about shadows, but I'm going to mention it now. This is the Essence Eye Stage Eyeshadow Base, and I got this from Ulta a while ago. I have been using this eyeshadow base for a couple of years now, and it's really good. I love it. I haven't picked it up in a while because I always use my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, but this is a really good eyeshadow base for beginners. It's excellent. It gives you a really good base to work with, and it also helps your shadows obviously last a lot longer than if you would not. Please apply eyeshadow base, kind of like a face primer. You need an eye primer. You don't want like your shadows to start creasing. It just don't look cute,
especially us oily lid girls.
Yes,
you know what I mean. So this is really good for that. Although it's a liquid, when you like pat it out, it dries matte, so it's really good base. So I recommend you guys trying this out, and I've only seen this at Ulta once again. So the Essence Eye Stage Eyeshadow Base, really good. Back to eyeliners, we have one Kohl pencil to talk about, and this is the Rimmel Kohl pencil. I really don't know the exact name. This is the waterproof Kohl pencil. Scandaleyes. That she said. This is like probably the best Kohl pencil in the drugstore because number one, it's like $3.99. You cannot beat the price, and the quality is like so amazing. Like this is just as good as like any high-end like Kohl pencil. Like honestly, the formula is just as good as like my NARS Urban Decay. Maybe not Urban Decay, I'm being extra, but the NARS one is really good, but this is expensive. This is just as good. The only thing is the NARS one lasts a little bit longer and it doesn't really smudge. It's like stays put. So this one is very creamy, like super creamy, like you can use it as a base for like a smoky eye, which is what I do a lot. When I want to do like a dark like smoky eye as a base, this is really good for that because it moves around easy, so you can blend it. Although this is waterproof, so you have to move quickly, this is like I said, waterproof. So summer's coming up, you might want to, you know, get on this if you have a problem with watery, like
if your eyes get watery, this is really good if you're looking for a waterproof eyeliner. And I really don't hear people talk about the Rimmel one a whole lot for the drugstore. L'Oreal has a good one, but it's like $8. This one is $3.99.
Yes. And it works just as good, if not better. Okay, and lastly for eyes, mascara. Now you probably already have like your go-to favorite mascara, but for beginners, in my opinion, the L'Oreal Telescopic is perfect to start out with because how skinny the wand applicator is. Because sometimes those other mascaras, they can be kind of intimidating, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yes, like some ones are bigger than people's eyes.
Yes, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm like, it's a little much, and it like smudges all over your lid after you did your shadow. You done worked hard on the eyeshadow. And then it's just like, oh, you gotta start back over and like, you know, take a Q-tip, re-wipe, reapply product. It's too much. This is really good because it gives
how skinny this is.
Great length.
Yes.
And it's a plastic wand, which I also like better because it's easier to work with.
Yes, and like it's like a bendy applicator. I just love this, and the carbon black one is where it's at. I thought this was discontinued at one point, but every time I go to Target, it's always there.
You lied to me.
I ain't lied. Somebody lied to me. This is really good. You need this in your life. Like it's just so easy to work with, like Kelsey said, and it separates the lashes so nicely and beautifully. So this is great, amazing
for those baby bottom lashes.
Yes.
If you having a little trouble in you know
this area,
because we're very hairy people.
Yes.
But we're not that gifted in the lower lash line department.
Yes.
Like I really would love to have longer bottom lashes.
Yeah, me too.
But this makes it look like you have some. So if you've been having trouble like with that bottom, you know, so if you've been having trouble with like that bottom lower lash line, you know, area, this is perfect because the wand is small. Well, not small.
It's skinny.
It's skinny. It's super long, but it's still really good to work with, easy to work with. So get your hands on this mascara if you don't already have it. Okay, so next moving on to blush. The Milani Baked Blushes.
We've mentioned these like way too many times already.
So way too many times. But y'all know
they're the best in the drugstore.
We're mentioning them for a reason. Like Kendra said, they are the best. They give great pigment. They give great, you know, pigmentation on the cheeks. You don't have to go back and forth like a whole bunch of times to see a color.
Yes.
And they have a built-in highlighter.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-in-1. And the color selection is like great for all skin tones. Everybody is gonna find a color that they like that works for them.
Yeah.
So they're just like amazing. They're like $5, $6 for the blushes, but they last forever. Like seriously, it's so worth it. Like if you want to buy 3, those will last you a lifetime.
I just threw away my Fantasico Mauve because it was broke.
Oh yeah.
I had that blush for like a good 4 years.
Well, some people keep makeup longer than that. It's okay.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I just felt like, Kelsey, you need to throw this away. But I still had product left, but I didn't want to like get an infection or something.
But this is the same shade. This is Fantasico Mauve, and I'm wearing it today.
And this is in 01 Dolce Pink, and I'm wearing it today.
But yes, these blushes are so amazing. So you guys need these in your life. They're just like so beautiful, and they have like a nice sheen to them. Like they don't look like powdery, like clown cheeks or anything like that. So
glittery. Yeah,
so they look like really natural. So these are really good for beginners because I feel like you don't have to do too much to have a nice flush of color on your cheeks. Yeah, because I know as a beginner, I didn't even know what a highlighter was. I was not trying to go out and get no highlighter and a blush. No. So it's just good to have both of them there. We're trying to make things easier because like as beginners, you want everything to be nice convenient and compact. Because you don't got time to be doing all the extra stuff. No. You know what I mean? Even now, I still don't. No. But you know what I mean? So really good for if you want a blush and a highlighter together. Great. Okay, so lastly, moving on to lips. We're almost done. First, I'm just going to mention my favorite drugstore lipsticks of all time. In the Lipstick Hall of Fame, we have the Milani Lipsticks. These lipsticks are absolutely amazing. And y'all know the smell is amazing. Like, deliciousness. So good. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
For real. Like, you want to eat them. I have a few colors here. I do have
a few.
Some more. This is a little bit compared to some people.
Yeah, you're right.
I do have a few more colors, but these are like the, you know, basic colors that I have. Obviously, I have a lot of neutral colors. Y'all know my baby Naturally Chic. I'm wearing it right now.
Naturally Chic is really pretty.
Y'all,
That's like, we used to talk, like, we talked that lipstick up so much.
Yeah, we
could
did.
never find it after that.
I know, I was so mad. I'm like, really?
Because it's like, you be happy that you talk people into buying it, but you get mad when you can't even buy it.
Ain't no more left for nobody else.
So it's like really hard to find now.
Yes,
but,
it is.
You know, everybody else is enjoying the color.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's good. I'm happy to know that. But y'all, honestly, I haven't been able to find this lipstick in forever. Y'all see this, right? There's nothing left because I cannot find it anywhere. So, you know, I just been like,
so pretty.
I don't use it that much because I'm like,
it's like the perfect
savoring it.
Like nude mauve shade with like a tad bit of peachy undertone and
perfect.
a tad bit of brown. So it has like all the elements that every girl wants in a lipstick in one.
Yes. So these have great pigmentation. They're creamy. They smell amazing. They last a long time on your lips throughout the day, and they have a lot of colors to choose from neutrals to brights to vampy colors. So get your hands on these Milani lipsticks if you have not already.
I only have one lipstick brand to show you guys, and I have just one to show you right now. But this is the Wet n Wild lipsticks, and I know the packaging is so ugly, but what's inside is even like way better. Okay. This is the Mochalicious lipstick. I'm wearing it today, and it was so hard to like find a pretty like brownie mauve like plummy toned shade at the drugstore. And y'all know Wet n Wild is like super cheap. These are like $1.99. Yeah. Like no joke. So anybody can afford these. Like you can afford these. Anybody. If you get an allowance and you're like 15, you can afford this. Like $2, like you just cannot beat it. And they have a good range of color selections, but this is my favorite shade. In particular, the Mochalicious is so good. And this is like not matte, but it's very long wearing for the price. Like it's kind of tacky, but to the point where it's gonna last you all day. Like if you're someone who doesn't like to reapply your lipstick throughout the day, and you have a job too where you don't have time to do all that, get like one of these, because the formula is so like long lasting and it's so good for the price. Like I feel like you can't really beat it. And I'm wearing this today, like I said. So I love Wet n Wild lipsticks, and they have them at Target now. So that's even better, because they used to only have them at, I think, at Walgreens and CVS. And now they have them at Target. So go to your local Target and, you know, look around in the makeup aisles and try to find this color or a color that suits your skin tone, because these are really good. Finally, moving on to lip glosses to finish out this video. I'm just going to mention the NYX Glosses. I love these lip glosses. They're absolutely amazing. They have great coverage, not coverage, but they have great pigmentation and color. They're not like just clear gloss. That you actually see the color that you see in the tube on your lips when you put it on, but it's not like overwhelming or anything. They smell like, you know, really vanilla cupcakes or something. They smell really, really good, and they're really inexpensive as well. So NYX, y'all, get your hands on these lip glosses. And they also have like a lot of like new like liquid lipsticks and stuff like that. Liquid lipsticks. Yeah. And they dry matte. So all their lip products are really good. NYX also is a good, you know, area to look at if you're looking for like new lip products and stuff like that. But just for glosses, these are really good. I've been using them for years, and I absolutely love them. So yeah, get your hands on these glosses. They're absolutely amazing, and they smell delicious. And I think they're like $6. Somewhere around there. $6, depending on where you go. They're still really affordable. So that's pretty much it for all of our products and makeup for beginners. The only thing we did not mention are lashes and bronzer, because lashes, we feel like that's not really beginner friendly. No. And you know, you don't need all that when you start out. And two, bronzers, we just do not use bronzers, and it's really hard to find bronzers anyway in the drugstore for our skin tone. So we don't really know any good ones to mention unless you want to use a darker powder. Like we said, L'Oreal True Match has a lot of shades. So you can try to find something that's like a shade darker than your skin tone and use that as a bronzer. But we don't really wear them because we just, you know, go with our natural contour. Yeah, we just like to keep it natural with the bronzer, because we haven't really found anything that is like amazing for us. So we just, you know, we just find the step unnecessary for us. Yes, and I'm lazy, and if I don't have to do it, I won't. So that's why. So that concludes this video. We hope we gave you guys some ideas on some new products to try and get your hands on. Believe me, all these products are absolutely amazing, and we're both wearing all of them today. So they get the thumbs up and 5 stars in our book. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.